Very nice, Victor. Hi guys. I was just wanted to sneak up and see who's training today.
Having the best time.
How does everybody like this? Do you like this?
I think Cindy loves it. Look at his smiley face.
How is everyone? How are the kids? All right?
Everything's good.
Very good. Oh wait, I'm gonna switch my camera on.
Professor Glenn is there too.
Hey, Corey and Glenn.
Hey, Corey.
We got the Nelders. We got Amy and Lydianne there. It's Richard and Kimberly. Hey guys. Who else have we got? We got Logan again.
Logan is always here. He's the best student you'll ever have. Always there.
He's out of his gi now though, right?
Well, he got blueberries all over it, so it's in the wash now. It didn't last very long.
Well, blueberries, yeah, that's right. White gi as well. Oh no. All right.
Okay, guys, you have a lovely class. I'm gonna switch my camera off not to distract you with this beautiful face over here, and you enjoy your class.
Thank you, guys. We're gonna be starting the class in 2 minutes, guys.
No problem.
Awesome.
But until then, we can interact over here. Who else is coming to the?
We got Ryan Gibson in the chat. So that one there is an elder. So that's Amy and Lydianne.
I can see Lydianne.
That's Richard and Kimberly.
Hello, guys.
That's Pindy. And then we got the Herberts, and we got Ryan Gibson. He's in the call, but no audio.
Yeah, he keeps himself quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, more people are gonna come. Hello, Tom Davis is here. Let me see more. Ryan gives it Tom Davis. Yeah, more and more people getting to know about the platform now. So
yeah.
As yesterday started quiet, but now this earlier the class before was really
packed. 20 in the
over 20 on the classes before.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So it's getting better now
as well.
Yeah, Tom Davis.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got some people with partners today, but we're gonna work it out, guys. If you don't have partners, we can work the drills on your own as well.
Corey's camera almost got eaten by the dog.
Hey guys,
How you doing?
all right, I'm
good.
Here we go.
I'm
We got
building
Philip. Hey Tom. We got Tom Loftus as well. Hey Tom.
doing graulinho here.
No, speak of these.
Just 1 second, guys.
Put it on the feed.
Yeah, Philip.
Carmel's back.
Carmel's back. Yes, Carmel do paint.
Yeah.
Some awesome stuff as well.
Yeah, we like the picture from yesterday, Carmel.
And Tom as well.
Hi guys.
Thank you for joining us, Tom.
We got 2 Toms.
Yeah, Tom Davis and
Double Tom.
Loftus.
And what we got? Philip's gonna be working with his dummy. Is that a Harry or is that a dummy?
Yeah, it's still done.
Yeah, I guess.
Ah, you got Mr. D over there. So,
Here we go.
all right, guys, we get started now.
Sure, let's go.
All right.
We're doing this. All right, guys. So again, I'd like to say big thank you for being here with us today. Just a quick message to get started. For us, this step to connect with you guys is very important to us. We feel very frustrated and very sad that we're not able to train with you guys. We're not able to stay connected personally. And just now we're doing what we can to keep that routine going, to make sure that we can see each other, somehow interact. Thankfully to technology and things like that, we still have this option. If it would be a few years ago, we probably would not see each other for a long, long time. So this is a little way to connect. I know that's not the ideal world to train. Maybe you're alone, you don't have anybody to practice with. And jiu-jitsu, it kind of is nice to have somebody around to train with you. That's the whole purpose. But we're going to try to work out exercise and movements that can support your techniques whenever you come back. And also you can learn a lot. You know, there's a lot of things that we can discuss here about understanding about mindset and things like that to get a better progress. So one of the big things about learning jiu-jitsu is to learn how to learn. So we're going to be talking a lot about that as well. Okay, so before we start, let's go feet together. Let's go bow down. Professor Sam's going to lead you guys. So join me. Okay.
All right, guys, let's get ready to go with star jumps. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8.
All right, and more star jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, and squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, and push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And back up for our star jumps again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And grab the collars. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, down. Push up one more time, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, now let's all get on our backs. Legs high up in the air. Let's do 20 chokes. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's cross your knee for crunches. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And swap legs to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, guys, now we get ready for our triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So guys, now feet on the floor. We're gonna do our neck exercises. Chin to chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looking left and right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Each shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now feet close to your bum and time for bridges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now here the skates on the spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's up for a break ball. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Good job, everyone. Let's stretch out, right leg forward. Touch your toes. You joining me, Professor? You can move again on the stretch mark. There you go. No one put Simon in the corner. Except Professor Victor. All right. Yeah, it's quite funny, guys. We're getting used to the delay. So when we do our 1 to 5, we found this out in the last class. When we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's a very slight delay to when you guys start saying 6, 7, 9, 9, 10. It's everybody's slightly different. So I find myself pausing slightly. Try to keep up with you. We've learned just to push on through. Do some of you guys got mats at home?
I'm doing it on carpet.
Or carpets? Or carpets on?
Carpet.
Okay, split. Ooh, leg straight forward then.
I've got some good ideas, guys, to make some drills on your own while we are practicing techniques in pairs. Whoever's alone, you're gonna have a chance to practice the techniques as well.
Cool, man.
And butterfly. And split. Hands out in front of you. You're super flexible. Get your elbows to the floor. If you're not, your hands as far forward as you can. All right, let's get ready to roll backwards and forwards, guys. And backwards and forwards and roll all the way over and stay. And let's come back, everyone. Get up, please. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, Professor Sam. Thank you. Guys, we're gonna work first. We basically muting you guys now just for you guys to hear us better, okay? And we open up the microphone.
Guys, if you have questions, because we're muting you so you can hear us better. If you've got a question, you can unmute yourself to ask the question, and feel free to do that. Okay, guys?
All right, guys. So the first part, remember, we are in the GB1 session. So you guys can we can relate to this, but I know that in this lesson there's people with different experiences, but you're gonna try to take a deep into the movements of the fundamental program. Okay. So one of the things I would like to talk to you guys is the escape from side control when you are facing somebody who wants to strike you. And the thing is that there's a lot of confusion when I talk to like people who experience jiu-jitsu, they already trained for a while, and even professors and coaches, they were actually a little anxious to even share some techniques of self-defense in a way or the other, because sometimes they feel like they're not teaching the full picture. And so one of the things I always relate to, we need to always understand the scenario that we're in order to be able to take the better reaction. And sometimes the scenarios that we see in the academy as usual is quite specific for what we do, and sometimes just people who knows how to grapple, and the reactions will be very different. But when we're training against someone who not necessarily going to use grappling or jiu-jitsu against us, we need to know how to deal with the situation. So things change quite a lot. So for example, Professor Simon, sorry. So here,
You come this way.
okay. For example, side control, I'm here. If I'll be dealing with a normal jiu-jitsu match, my focus would be keeping nice and tight, to keep my elbows in, trying to hit the skin, bring my knee inside. But when I'm dealing with someone that wants to hurt me and punch me and everything else, by actually being here, I'm going to face a lot of damage, a lot of pressure with the arms. So the priority changes automatically when you actually can get punched in the face. So one of the things I do is to trap my arm, the arm of the person here, keeping the elbow tight, and I will hug the head, keeping really under control. And what I want to do here is to make sure that if he tries to punch me anyhow, he will not be able to pull himself up. And if the punches hit me, he doesn't hit me very well. And while he's trying to throw punches anyways, you can see that he will have to come up with the body for me to punch him. There we go. By doing this, I will take advantage by pushing his head away and sliding right inside. And this is exactly the difference between somebody grappling, somebody trying to strike. So here the person is going to try to strike, with the head. Use against that and bring it inside. Now I can have a position where I can bring my knees inside here. Once I have my knees inside, I can start now putting pressure on the hip. And why I raise my hip? Because it puts my face away from my partner's hands reach. And that gives me the perfect opportunity to push it away. Technical left in a position where I can stand up before him. Because in the end of the day, our quick fix is to get back to a position of safety, which is standing, and be ready to do whatever may happen. We don't want to be on our backs. Maybe somebody else from behind comes over, never know. You want to get out of that, get to your feet. So that's what you're safest, okay? So one more time here. There we go. The guy's gonna throw punches. Look at the difference, step back. Why they're trying to pull it up? There's an energy going on here. When he's trying to punch, he's coming up. So I use the energy to push himself away more. Look, slide my knee. And now when I have my feet on the hip, you can see here, while he even tried to stand up in this very moment, look, it's quite tricky to stand up when I have both of my feet pressing down into his hips. Now that will buy me time. So while he's trying to do so, look, I'll be able to stand up before him or in a position where he's not going to be able to attack me. And also other things can be used if you want to be a little bit more meaningful. Again, control. That, so you got position right here. Escape, keep my foot, that's it. Push them away, technical left, always ready for my partner. So this is one. But now, I see that there's a few drills that we can do related to this technique with our partners, okay? If you're by yourself, we can just practice as normal. We're gonna do here, look, on your back, hip escape, come up, and technical lift. That's it. That's a little drill. You can get a habit of hip escaping, technical lift, come back to your feet and ready stance. If you have a partner, you can just then practice with your partner. We're gonna do that 5 times each person here, and you guys just keep practice together with us. All right, guys, so let's go for this. Now, if you got a partner, let's go practice now. This is your practice time. One person goes on the top and side control, and now you're gonna hug the head and the arm. If you're alone, you're just gonna do this movement again. Remember, hip escape, knee inside, sit down, technical lift, and you're ready. And you do it again. Okay, 1, hip escape, sit down, technical lift, and you're nice and work through this movement. Just the mimic of the move, and that gives you a practice of the technical lift and also the bridge. You got a partner, you work together with us, okay? I'm gonna be here giving you guidance on the process with Professor Simon. So let's go. One more time, Professor. Yep. Let's go, head control, arm control. Now, first try to punch, use against them. Push, hip escape. Knees on the feet on the hip, hip up, keep the pressure, hip escape, hand in the face, technical lift. Nice. Okay, we're gonna 1 by 1, Professor. Professor's time.
So I'm grabbing the arm, holding that tight, grabbing the back of the head, putting the person in as they try to come up, push them away, hip escape, knee inside, feet on the hips, lift, push away, technical get up.
Nice one. Very good, go, Professor. Let's go again.
Yeah.
Arm, head, move. Nice.
Okay. Might go again, guys.
Let's go.
So I have the arm, have the head, they start to push up, push them away, hip escape in, feet, push. Oop. Okay, technical get up. Try not to push Professor through the wall. I need that wall for later. Maybe I do need some more wall mats.
Control. Nice.
Good.
1 by 1, guys.
One more, guys. Holding the head, holding the arm. Bridge, hip escape, come around, push them away. Technical get up.
Nice.
All right, guys. Let's have a see how you guys are getting on. You guys keep going. We're just gonna unmute you.
Guys, I'll be here practicing alone if you're doing alone. Hip escape,
If you're in pairs, let's do some more. Do a few more. Have one go each and swap over. Okay, I'm having a look. There you go. Go on, Amy. Bridge. That's it. Feet on the hip. Push away. That's it. Technical get up. Not bad. Good job. Have a look, Pindy, then. So, hip escape. Knee inside. That's lovely. Frame.
Technical lift.
Lovely. Very nice. Very nice. Here we go. Good job, Corey.
Let's go, Raj. Let's see how you do it, Raj.
Corey's gone into single leg X. He swept his dad. He's gonna
Big hug on the head.
There we go. Who we got here? Carmel and Alex gone. That's it. And Carmel, technical lift. Very nice. It's all looking really good, guys. Good work, Philip. Good to see you doing the techniques, doing the drills, the solo drills. Very nice, guys.
Side technical lift. Nice one, Philip. Good work.
Very good, guys.
All right. So, can you come back over here, guys, for just a quick reference? Do you have any question related to the movement that we just did today? Because I know that I can see that some of you guys here can have some relevant questions, because this is a technique different than what we would do in a sparring situation, because we're used to people hugging the head. We have put the frame, push it away. So that's a few things that I can anticipate for you guys, but let's see if you guys can think what other issues may happen. You know, when somebody trying to counter what you're doing. You know, if they can throw punches, if they throw elbows, if they're trying to just stand up real fast, they can come aggressive on you, you know, after the hip escape. You know, is there anything that you feel like vulnerable on the moment of the position? A question for you guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Professor.
Hi, Philip.
I have a question. Especially in the side control. So we do the situation where we block the arm, we hold the head, the person don't lift, and to strike us. Do you have any recommendation if the person is sitting with the knee, like from the side control?
Yes, that's a good question. Let me talk about this now.
I get to meet Professor, so I'm very happy.
So at this very moment, the person will be here and he's trying to throw knees on me, correct? Like hitting with the knee. On the moment that I'm hugging here and the person take the knee away, there will be plenty of space for my knee to come in. By bringing the knee out, it actually gives me the space for my knee to go in. You will see straight away. So maybe the punches, I'm protecting by holding the arm. By the head, I control the distance so the person doesn't go away. So that's why it's important to keep that. So when the person starts to use the knees to move around, you can see the knees moving away. It gives me the space. Take a look at this corner here. Like one knee goes right in straight away. But imagine here, if I'm in this position, the person's trying to come towards me really quick. Look, I'm already here in a position where triangles will be already in position. By having this position of hips, here, I'm not just keeping the weight, but I'm also maintaining, look how my hands goes right in his face, because I don't want him to get close to me. Exactly, because everybody likes me pushing his face. So now, because if he comes towards me, look. Now I'm ready before him, because the person sometimes they come like aggressive on the top. And that's a big difference. So be able to come back with my feet, keeping the distance with my feet, pushing the chest, pushing the hips, pushing the face, hand on the way, keeping that distance is key. Even when you do like the distance, maintaining distance from standing, like having the hands out of the way, just to make sure the person's getting to reach, you'll be the same on the technical lift. All right, guys. So as you guys are moving on well, we're gonna practice the second part, and then we'll also have a nice drill for entry or takedown with the belt. So if you guys are practicing alone and you have a belt with you, you're gonna have to unwrap your belt. Maybe if you have a door where you can put the belt and fold it in the middle of the door. I'm gonna explain a little further down. So just make sure you have a belt near you for the stand-up drill while I'm gonna explain the pull guard for the technique number 2. All right, guys. So one more time, Professor, can I just continue?
Yeah. We're just going to mute you guys so you can hear us better.
Okay, right. So nice one, guys. One more time. We're talking about guard pull here, and I will talk about a scenario that is simpler, but I also will elevate the scenario a little bit for those already comes, you already know how to pull guard, no problem. Now, everything starts on the moment of connection, okay? A simple technique will be just grabbing, holding each other, and now I want to pull guard. Step to the side so I can get a better angle, foot on the hip, drop, so I keep the person pressure down, bring my hips to the center, and shoot into close guard. Now, got a position, I got my guard that I wanted to. I'm gonna sit up. But now, let me give you a scenario. It's never that easy, right? To just get hold of someone and just do what you want to do, just like that. The things you do before you actually commit to the pull guard, it's key. So, for example, number one, I'm never gonna pull guard before I touch Professor Simon. So, I have to first touch. But when I touch, there's things that you can do against me too. I want to make sure he gets checked. So one of the things I do is here, look. There we go. Can you see what I did? I pulled Professor down. Here, look. There we go. I make sure that the weight of his body is on his toes. When the person has the weight on the toes, they're not thinking about guard pulling, and they're also not thinking about taking me down. So I really put him on check. Look. So he wants to keep his balance in check. So guess what I do? Look, foot on the hip. And now I can have a better setup to the technique. Because what I'm trying to avoid is the possibility that he will be able to counter my legs as I'm pulling guard, because I can be predictable. If I just bring my legs in, I'm predictable. He can just take it away because he's waiting for the first move. So if I'm there, nobody's touching each other. Professor, there we go. We're not touching each other. Look, I can't reach. So I'm circling around, look. I grab it, straight away into it. There we go. He will try to work with this balance. He's going to be working with this balance. Look, foot right on the same side on the arm. And then I will be able to pull to my position. So before he realizes, I'm already in my position. And everybody, some girls have a professor, can you pull me down? Look, somebody reacts fast, they go here. Man, no way I'm gonna put my head down. So as he pulls me in, now the guard pull becomes much easier. But it always depending on the reaction of your partner. Sometimes I did this before to people that when I pull them down, I drag them in and they look. I basically end up winning just by surprising them. Boom! And they go, no. And then I didn't pull guard, I went around the backs. If they, next time they worry more about the posture, the head's gonna be up. So when I go there, look, there we go. See, quickly I get my move because I'm in a position of anticipation. I'm putting them in a position of discomfort. Same way you can use other things. We can go into a coach guy, which is like a foot sweep. So you fake, boom, I get the guard. That's one. You can go situations like, you know, sometimes I do a little bit of a head pushing. I go, oh, I do a bit of, I just try somehow to put the attention to my opponent or partner in a different way. So they can think, they address what I'm doing first. Oh, I got what I want. So always come as a surprise, okay? So you can do that with me. If you have a body to practice, you can go ahead and practice. If you're alone, I'm gonna show you one drill for you to keep working here. That will make the big difference, okay? So you're gonna get your belt if you're alone. Huh? Yeah. And now look, what I wanna do, imagine if you have a door, you can just close the door. Let me see here. Is that a door there? There we go, there's a hinge of a door. You can just put the door, the fold of the gi, and put in between, and you close. That, you just close the door, and you have two parts of the gi. Okay? And now, you can do exactly the same with the hand, okay? But instead, you're gonna have like instead you have the, be able to pull really strong because you know it's gonna come off, but if you're just tight enough to have a good tension, and then you can do exactly the same thing. So you go there, pull, pull, boom, pull, boom. Or you can just connect with the same situation with the hip throw. 1, 2, One leg forward, spin, come back. Always put the tip on your toes. Because if you're alone, you can do this. If you don't have a belt, if you just want to do the invisible movement, you can too. Then we can do the dark move. But sometimes the dropping is the tricky part, depending on where you are. But you can just train here. Look, 1. You can do this with elastic bands, with belts, whatever you have in your hands, you can do it. So while everybody's practicing, just go one side and then you can go to the other side. Okay, guys. So you can practice with us that. And let's see how you guys are doing. Let's go, keep going, let's work.
So those guys in pairs, I'll see you doing your working your guard pulling.
Yeah, pull the corners around, guys, okay?
Yeah, just be a little bit careful of the floors and stuff. That's it, Corey. Get your grips, pull him down. That lovely, Corey. That's looking really good. Looking good.
Is Filipino able to get a position to drill by himself?
Let's have a look at Philip. Oh, he's got his belt. Oh, he's doing the pull down. Very nice, Philip. Very
Nice.
good.
He's getting it.
That's
Nice,
Carmel. You just want to increase the speed of your reaction. So as you pop them down, Carmel, as you pop him down, as he's coming up, you shoot. So not so much gap between the pull down and the shoot. Okay. Just as he's starting to pull himself back, that's when you hit him with the foot. Preferably not in his face. Again. And then Amy and Lillian, let's go again. Pull down and shoot. Very nice.
Guys, the faster you make, the better workout you get. Okay?
For sure.
It's up to you. You gotta put the energy in, you got
Keep
the energy
working,
out.
everyone. Very nice,
Don't be
Philip.
silly.
Very good, Philip. Very nice. Good job, guys. Good job, Professor. Getting tired back there.
Here we go, guys. You see there?
Look at this.
Good, Philip. Make it faster, Philip. Make it faster. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. The more speed you put, the more you get out of there.
Very good, guys.
Oh, good. Nice. Okay. All right,
Yeah, Carmel. That's what I'm talking about. That's very good.
let's get going. We're gonna go technique number 3.
Have a quick water break first.
Yes, we're gonna. Let's go. Somebody told me people need to drink water. Sorry. Get some water, guys. Let's go technique 3. So why not? I get some water too.
All right.
Okay. Nice one, guys. Technique 3.
Okay, I'm just going to mute you all again, just so we can hear it. Like we said before, if you've got a question, feel free to unmute yourself and ask away. We'll be happy to help you, okay?
Okay, guys, so we're gonna go close guard. Now, what I want to share with you guys, our typical technique, like one of the first sweeps I've ever learned in jiu-jitsu was a scissor sweep. And but it's a funny thing about the scissor sweep, because even though it's one of the first techniques I learned, it used to be one of the techniques I struggled the most to apply. because most people know when they're coming and they feel like they know how to counter easy enough. And then I started to go and understand myself on the process of trying to implement the technique. And the reason why I was not able to pull it off, it was not because the technique was not efficient or even because people saw it coming. It was actually because I was really trying hard to implement the technique directly to the point. So the more I wanted to apply the technique, the more I was telling my partner what I was going to do, give him the chance to then defend the technique I was trying to do. So that applies to any other technique we're ever going to practice. If you're going to try straight away what you want, you might not just get it. You need to be able to link the techniques to another. So the first thing I do here in this position is to reach over the top here and get a collar. And now nothing talks about scissor sweep at this very moment. Nothing. It's literally collar grip and make Professor Simon feel frustrated. Maybe he's got a hand change here, maybe change and go again. If his arm stays down, I push it out, I break the posture. He will then fight for posture again. I have a grip, and I don't have a good position here. And I know he wants to deal with this problem. Sometimes he just lifts the leg up to try to stand up. Maybe with the hand under, maybe with the hand over. It doesn't matter in this case. What matters is that as soon as the person brings one leg up, I'm gonna go hit and oh, I'm gonna switch. And it's really about not showing what you want. Here, sometimes I go there and I call grip, but break the posture, bring him in, change my grip again. Maybe I sit up. They push me in again, I grab. Now look at the difference. He doesn't do anything. If he lifts, I use it against him. As the leg goes up, I'm in position to do it. But now there's a little trick here. Let's try not to just bring your heels in, because sometimes you're gonna deal with a very wide knee and you're like trying to go against that knee and you can't. Maybe the knee is even close to me because I can't even use my foot. Because if it's away like that, I can actually use my foot. But sometimes I don't even find my foot and I can't beat very well. And I tell you what, can you see how Professor Simon looks like? He's sitting on his heel. He knows he's about to sweat. So what I want to do is to keep this sleeve, but I learn how to bring him in. As I bring him in, I'll be able then to express this pressure here. Look. Guys, at this very moment, I didn't even use my left leg. At this moment here, I didn't even use this leg. I used only the first leg, the bottom one. Just by simple details about the technique makes a big deal. But again, forget about the scissors here. Stop the hand, give me trouble, break the grip. He's there again, I go again, it's a battle. Okay, it's gonna go. Look, one, I'm already there. See, once he's winning the posture, he's gonna go. I pull in and chop and use the left leg. Look. Now, another trick. As I'm coming up, and if I'm not careful, Professor Simon's gonna already push my leg away and get half guard as I'm coming up. So as I sweat, and I will hook on the back of his heels. Look, sorry, on the back of his glutes. Try to get half guard again, Professor. Look, I'm clamping myself, and that becomes the hook that I need to push my hips forward. Look. And now I use my hand and my heavy hips, so I keep pressing him with my hips. It becomes very, very different, the picture of a scissor sweep, doesn't it? There's always a little bit more that we can improve. The person's gonna go, no worries. One, bring, is already there. Chop, and look at the count. I'm like squeezing this thing out because I know he's gonna try like crazy, get the half guard. I go in and straight away, I'm already in choking position. Why? Because right now, he's still leaning towards the side, trying to get half guard. When I go the hand across, Professor's no longer thinking about the half guard anymore. He's thinking about my neck. So then, by having this continuous pressure and putting my partner in another position of defense, I can overtake the little battles of the counters that he will offer to me on the go. Does it make sense, guys? It makes a big difference. I feel like some people sweep, but they lose the top position. Sometimes they trip, but the person flips the hips and come back again. Sometimes that's the sort of things that happens. So you need to learn how to chop and follow through straight away. And that little hook of the heels underneath the glutes on this part is the key. And having a good hip escape, because if you don't have a good hip escape, you're gonna have a trouble to sweep not only this technique, but most techniques in jiu-jitsu. Okay, every time you're on your back and you have to play guard, you need to know where your hips needs to do in order to get that strength of the position.
It was a thing that you talked about before, Professor, about when I bring my leg up, how you, instead of putting your foot on the floor, you can put your leg on me, can't you?
Yes, exactly. Because the part that I also do, once I have this position here, I hip escape. I know that he wants to move this leg. Here, he wants to move this leg somehow. I keep the pressure on the legs to make sure he doesn't lift the leg at all. So once that the person looks, he tries to move the leg around, look, it doesn't, I don't give him too much to do. And now when I finish the sweep, look at the direction of my leg. It's very different than just do a typical cross of my legs. Sometimes, you know, we feel like we're doing this with the heels and with the leg like this. And sometimes it doesn't go. Look at the difference, keep attaching the knee, keep it in, bring it in, look at that, look, huh? And now, even now, you can try to move the leg. Look, I still have this heel up to stop him using the leg. And of course, I will follow through with this part. Squeezing on the glutes. He's gonna try to move, look, bring myself in and straight away, after you guys are not looking, take a look.
I didn't really want to see me get collar choke.
You need to see Professor Simon's face now, it's really good face. As I'm going out, look, what he's pushing up, guard, push up, guard, no. Exactly, this is the part where he has to go, no way. I don't care about mount, get a mount, but I don't want to tap, so they go straight to defend. And then the mount becomes a much easier thing to do. Is that cool, guys? Hopefully, I was able already to change your thoughts on how the scissor sweep can work differently. And again, it's not just the technique on its own. We can always improve the mechanics and the speed and the movement, but understanding timing is the key. So in the moment one leg goes up, you should go, let the hips go. There's no halfway. You should be trained to go hip and go. So there's not much to learn there. So again, here, look, one and straight away, hip, and automatic I'm going up. There's no sweep and then come up. You're there, one, look, hip. That's what it is. There's no gap in between the transitions.
It's a great solo drill, isn't it, Professor?
That's exactly what I wanted to connect with. That's a great solo drill. You're alone. You're there, look. So don't even put your foot on the floor, go. One, sit to the side and look, one, hip, chop, and leg. Coming up. Does that make sense, guys? So let's go practice now. If you have any questions about anything, let us know. And you can already put your microphones on live.
All right, guys, so give that a go. Take it in turns, one go each with your partner. If you're on your own, work that solo drill, trying to get your hips turned so you can do the transition back to the mount.
Let me see who's in the solo drill there so I can do some work.
We got a couple.
Tom, are you doing solo drills, Tom?
Oh, Philip's got on it.
Make that chop, Philip. Chop, go.
That's good.
Nice. Bring that knee nice and close together. Chop and go. Nice. Nice.
Good. Keep working, Philip. It's looking good. Just keep taking it in turns, guys. One go.
Is that Tom?
That's Tom, yeah.
Hey, Tom, good work there. Get that flip, one leg straight and the other one flips. Go. Nice. Nice one, Tom. Flip. Oh, you gotta get the exposure to the knees. There we go. So again, use your hips. And flip. Guys, another thing that can be a very good thing to do, we can combine this drill again. Look, you can use a bit more. This movement here, look, one. You can go one. Oh, you can do this rocking chair. We're going rocking chair. 1, 2, 1, 2, and go. You can go one side, go, rocking chair, come back. So you're working your core, turn your hip to the right position, and go. Go to the top.
Looking very good, guys.
So the core needs to be engaged all the time. Go one side and go 1, 2. Come back the other way, Philippine. Go one side, come back the other way, and go again. Nice.
We have some help.
Yeah, who needs help?
So
Oh.
Tracy, yeah, hi, Amy.
Let me see, Amy.
Can you turn the camera a little bit so it's pointing a little bit further down?
Okay, can see
There you
that
go.
now.
So do you want to get into the position for us? So, okay, we can just need to
Collar sleeve.
the collar sleeve, cross
Collar
collar.
sleeve.
Okay, so Lillian will step her left leg up. Okay, so what you're going to do now is open your guard, Amy, and turn towards the camera. Okay, and now what you do is you're going to kick towards the window with your bottom leg and push it towards me with the other leg. Right, okay, so Amy. Hello, Amy. So that was pretty good, but what we're going to do is I noticed that you didn't bring your knee across the tummy. Okay, so you've got the chop with the bottom leg, really nice. We just got to get that knee so it's across your sister. So your knee goes across here like this. Okay.
Like a seat belt. Like a seat belt.
Oh, I think we've lost the feed.
Hey, Richard, how's it going down there? Partner doing good.
Thumbs up, that's good.
Thumbs up, doing well. I can coach you through a skill collar sleeve.
Kimberly, who's having a
Kimberly, let's go. Collar sleeve, Kimberly. When he goes up, get the right hand on the collar. There we go. Turn your hips. The other way around, the other way around. Kimberly, take a look at here, please. Kimberly, can you see me? So whenever the leg is up, you're gonna use that leg as a support, and the hand on the same side of the leg goes to the cross collar. So I will sweep, Professor, to the side where the knees on the floor. Whatever the side the knees on the floor is the easy target. I sweep towards that side. But you gotta make sure that you have the hand on the same side. That's all. Gonna try again, Kimberly. You can go again, the school collar. Collar, sleeve, whatever the side he lifts, you go to the other side. There we go. Now you're gonna sweep to the side of the knee. Bring your knee in the middle. Get the knee inside. There we go. Is your knee in the middle? The other side, you're gonna sweep him to the other side. It's to the other side, to the side of the TV. You want to sweep him. There's the one.
That's it.
That's it, but there's not much space down there.
Yeah.
So you can switch the grips the other way around.
Yeah.
Ask him to lift the other leg up.
They destroyed the TV.
All right, guys. Okay. Yeah, we got a few minutes left. Okay. And this is something, guys, you guys can continue to practice on your own. Just a quick pointer there, Kimberly. Just make sure your knees just across. It's just the tricky bit. I think if you're worried to go to one side, make sure you switch the grips. You can ask your partner to bring the other leg up instead, and they'll give you the reference to go to the sweep to the right side. And now, what we're gonna do, guys, is basically we have 4 minutes left, and we wanna just use this last few minutes to just tell you about what we have now available. As a Professor Braulio tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, so at 7 o'clock this evening, you've got Professor Braulio. He's going to be doing a GB2 class. It's a 90-minute class. It's going to be on online.graciebaja.com. So make sure you guys log yourself in there. He's a very funny guy. Yeah. Amazing techniques as well. So it'll be just another good opportunity for you guys to learn more and have a really engaging experience with him. So that's on online.graciebaja.com. You can go on there. If you haven't set up an account yet, please set yourself up an account. Link it to Nottingham if you're from Gracie Baja Nottingham, Arnold if you're at Gracie Baja Arnold, and people behind the scenes will make sure you have an all-access pass. So that gives you access to all a large number of technique catalogs, GB2 by Professor Victor, There's also a GB2 by Tusa, which is a Nogi curriculum. There's a whole GB1 curriculum by Master Carlos and a number of other things. But more importantly, for right now, in 10 minutes, there's going to be Braulio on there as well.
Yeah, so you're going to give the opportunity, guys. I know that you guys already had an hour session, but depends on your schedule, see how you feel like. You can also go back to the session that we've done today. You can go to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, so
you can just see the techniques again, the coaching, and you can see probably, we are not really showing a big deal out of your images. It's just like a little squares on the top.
Yeah, so on the YouTube channel, it's actually just our feed.
Just the
it's
feed,
just
so
us.
no
When you go back
pictures.
to the YouTube channel, you'll be able to hear yourselves if you talk to us or you say anything to us, but you won't be able to see yourselves. It's just Professor Victor and I, and it's what you've been seeing today. So we're uploading the live feeds now to YouTube, so you guys can go back later, check the techniques as well.
Okay, guys. So again, a big shout out for you guys. Thank you so much for everyone. Again, it's just 1 hour a day that we're going to be here. Check the schedule that we send out to you guys by email. All the information is there.
Yeah, so every Monday to Thursday at 6 o'clock, you've got a GB1 class. It's suitable for juniors, teens, and all adults. Then on Friday, every week at 6 o'clock, we'll be doing a study hall. So that means Monday to Friday at 6 o'clock, there'll be a class there for you. Study hall on Friday is your opportunity to ask us some questions. So what we can do is have you guys on the other side of the feed. You can talk to us, ask us questions. We'll show you some techniques. You can practice those techniques as well. So it'll be anything that comes to your head, any problems that you have in jiu-jitsu, feel free to join in with that. Then on Saturday mornings, we have a GB1 class at 11 o'clock in the morning. So that means 6 days a week, you guys are going to be able to get you fixed.
That's it, guys. I hope that this hour went fast for you guys, because we really did for me. It was quick, and at the same time, because I was having a good time sharing with you guys. I know this is only a little bit of your day, and I know if you guys can make that commitment to stay connected with us, we're bringing here the best we can for you all. It makes us so happy to see some familiar faces here. You know, at the end of the day, everything that we wanted to do is basically to stay connected with you guys. So if you don't have our familiar faces, we don't know what to do. So we need you guys, okay, to stay connected with us. So thank you very much for this constant support.
All right, guys.
The microphone is unmuted now.
Yeah, unmuted. Microphones are unmuted. Have you got any questions before we go, guys?
No, just want to say thank you so much for everything, what you're doing through this difficult time for everyone. You guys are taking your time out to make sure that we're all connected. So what you guys are doing, I just want to, from our heart, say thank you so much, because it's making us feel so positive in this difficult time. So thank you.
Thank you, Raj. Thank you. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Corey. I can see your smiling face down there. Good to see you training, buddy.
No, Professor.
Yeah, we're gonna finish now, guys.
All right, so let's get ready.
Thank you, everyone, guys. Thank you.
So,
Stay
thank
connected.
you. So feet together, everyone. Quickly bow to the master. Stop each other.
Good job, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we have Professor Phil on there as well. Catch
Hello.
you later, guys.
Thank you, Filipino.
Take
It
it
was
easy.
good
Bye,
to see you
everyone.
guys. I have a partner now.
Oh, you do? Harari's finally back.
Just finished a very good class of Braulio. Run to here to get this class going on. So come the halfway, but still here. I made it both.
Take care.
All right, bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.